Yo, what's up everybody? TheSurrealAndre, aka New Era X Saint, with a big episode in Quest for West. All I know is that there was a shitload of VC I had to spend. As you can see, it was about 100,000. I know I promised some gameplay coming today, but I've been pretty busy because it's 4th of July coming up, and I had some stuff to do over the past week and couple of days. So I apologize. I will get the gameplay out, but just to make it up to my subscribers, I decided to do a big pack opening, and then I'll get multiple gameplays out within the next couple of days. So that's what I plan to do. For this pack opening though, I mean, if alright, let's put it this way. I basically spent 100,000 to get almost every silver Nick player in this game. That's basically what happened. I mean, I'm a huge Knicks fan and all of that, but I expected to get more with this 100,000. I get somebody. I didn't get entirely nothing. You'll see that later on. But like I said, I'm better when it comes to those 30,000 compressed pack openings. These big ones, they just I don't know, yo. It's like when 2K notices that I have a big amount of VC, they do everything possible to make sure that I get almost nobody. But anyway, that's 2K, but whatever. Instead today, I'll talk about all of the off-season buzz that's going around, because that's only normal for me to do in videos like this. I mean, just talk about basketball, because who doesn't like to talk about basketball? I prefer to talk about the off-season though, because when it comes to just players and teams, I'm very kind of opinionated. I'm not like Charles Barkley, Steve Smith opinionated. I'm like Bill Simmons opinionated, so it's not so bad. But anyway, what's today? Today is the day before 4th of July. It's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. And let's not get into the Dwight Mayer. We know how the Dwight Mayer is going. Everyone knows how the Dwight Mayer is going. No, the Nets. I don't want to talk about the Nets. The Knicks. They made a move. The Knicks made a move to pick up Andrea Bargnani. I think he was a former #1 pick. I think he was. It's hard to really tell, because that guy is just he was a big bust, a pretty big bust for a #1 pick. I wouldn't say Kwame Brown kind of bust, but no, fuck that. Kwame Brown is immortal. Kwame Brown is Kwame fucking Brown, best center in the league. But Andrea Bargnani, I personally didn't like the trade, because the Knicks, I think they gave up too much for someone like him. They gave up Steve Novak, Marcus Camby, and a pick. I didn't even know we had picks to spare, to be honest. I didn't think we had any. But that's way too much to give up, because I think he's a duplicate Novak. And because he's a duplicate Novak, that's the reason that he'll get put in Mike Woodson's doghouse, because all he can do is shoot. I don't really know Andrea Bargnani to create his own shot. He can rebound, I think, as well as, if not a little better than Novak. But he's not really defensively sound. So I think he'll get put in the doghouse. But that's just because I don't like Mike Woodson. That's one of my heavily opinionated facts that I will always state. I don't like Mike Woodson. He should not be a coach. Well, not be a coach, but not be our coach. He's like a high school basketball coach. Like, if he doesn't know you, or don't like you, he's not going to play you. And if you're a Knicks fan, you know that's true. Like, he puts all his faith and trust within Carmelo and JR, and look where that got us. Anyway, that's just me ranting on Woodson. Bargnani, I wouldn't grade that as a good trade. As you can see, I'm still picking up a lot of silver Knick players, and Anthony Mason, yeah, you're a Knick and I love you, but your stats aren't even that good, my guy. But anyway, Kevin Martin, 6-man for OKC, gave up James the Beard for him, is now a Timberwolf. And I think that's a great move on both parts, because the Timberwolves, I honestly thought were going to be a good playoff contender last year. I mean, they had a wicked squad, like Rubio, Brandon Roy coming back. I was hoping he would have did good, because I love Brandon Roy, but his knees just wouldn't do it for him. Kirilenko, Kevin Love, best power forward in the league if he didn't get so injured all the time, and Pekovic. They had a really good team and a good bench, especially coming off the bench, Alexei Shved. If you don't know who Alexei Shved is, you should look him up if you have the time, because Alexei Shved is a great, I think he's going to be the next great like Russian. Oh my god, really? I guess it wouldn't be a pack opening for me without a duplicate, especially a duplicate James Worthy, so I'll not get into it before I just rage excessively. But yeah, great part, because they were really weak at the 2-guard position, and Kevin Martin is a really good pickup. I don't think he was doing well in OKC, even though his numbers weren't so bad, but he wasn't doing well there. I know OKC is in dire straits for a big third, scoring option, especially off the bench. That James Harden trade wasn't, I mean, it was because of the money. He wanted big money and they couldn't afford it, so I guess I can't understand that why, but I don't know. Oh, there he is. New guy I picked up. Detlef Schrempf from the Gary Payton, Sean Kemp Supersonics. He's a decent pickup. I mean, he's a combo forward. He can play the 3 or the 4. He can shoot, and he has a little bit of a post game to him. So I don't mind that pickup. But I mean, for 100,000, I preferred a lot more. But anyway, Kmart. It was a good move on both parts. Now I think as long as Kevin Love can stay healthy, that team has another shot to be big in the playoffs. Tyreek Evans just signed that deal with the Pelicans. The Pelicans have a squad now too. Drew Holiday at the 1, Eric Gordon at the 2, Tyreek at the 3, Anthony Davis at the 4, and Robin Lopez at the 5. I guess they need to improve at the center position a little bit, but other than that, that's a good team. Then Austin Rivers and Ryan Anderson off the bench. That's a good team. Much better than what they were working with before. And then last but not least, I think it's OJ? Yeah, OJ Mayo. It's not official yet, but he's looking at a deal, a 4-year contract that will send him to the Bucks. And I'd understand why he'd want to go to the Bucks, because he'd be the man there. He really would. Him and if Brandon Jennings stays for at least this last year or two, he'd be the man there. He'd have the green light with Jennings to go and score. That's really what OJ needed, because that's why he got benched in Memphis. He was just killing over there. He was killing, but then with how he hogged the ball and everything and didn't play much defense, that's why he got benched. And then his career kind of went down, because then he went to Dallas, and then he was doing great in the beginning of the year when he had the green light when Dirk was injured, and then he fell off when Dirk came back. He's one of those players that really you need to give him that green light to go and do what he does for him to shine. So I think that's a good move. To be able to go to a team that you can kind of run like a co-leader with Jennings. I think he should be the leader because he's older and he has more of a veteran attitude to him. But team-wise, I don't think the Bucks is a good team. The Bucks haven't been a good team for I don't remember the Bucks being a good team since the Big O Oscar Robinson days. But I mean, it's a good thing for him. He can go and that's his team. I think that would be his team. I don't think that's Brandon Jennings' team. I think that's his team. Brandon Jennings should stay though, because if they could pick up one more real scorer, get some good role players, because they lost J. Redick. And Monte Ellis I don't know what he's doing. There's talks about him going anywhere. He could go to the Knicks. He could go to this, Houston, that. Speaking of Houston, Josh Smith, it's either going to be Houston or back to Atlanta for him. It depends on what Dwight Howard does. So that's sad that Dwight Howard really has the power to control what another free agent is going to do. Because Dwight is just it's a Dwightmare. Like I said, it's a Dwightmare. But the offseason, like I said, so far hasn't been too shocking. I mean, I didn't expect Kmart to go to the Wolves. I didn't expect Tyreek to go to the Pelicans. But other than that, it hasn't been too shocking. I still said Dwight is going to Houston. If he doesn't go to Houston, he's stupid, in my opinion. That's the best situation for him. But let's take a look at deadlift stats. He has a good medium and 3-point shot. He has a good shot inside. A pretty good he's an all-around good player. He has a good post-up game. Can rebound out not that well, but he has I was the strength to him for a 3, so I could put brick wall on him, maybe a good post fadeaway. So it's a decent pickup. I hope you guys liked the 100k pack opening. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more.